You open ChatGPT or Claude, type something in, and the result is fine. Generic, clearly AI generated. You know the tool is powerful. You've seen what others get out of it. But somehow your results feel like a Wikipedia summary wearing a blazer. The problem isn't the tool, it's how you're talking to it. In my What is AI video, I introduced prompt engineering and walked through the basics: role, context, task, style. If you saw that, think of this as the upgraded version. Same core ideas, but more in depth. The framework is called PCG, Persona, Context, Goal. And alongside it, I'll teach you 2 techniques that will generally change how you work with AI. No jargon, no fluff, let's get into it. We'll cover 3 things. First, the PCG framework, the foundation of every good prompt. Second, using examples to show AI exactly what you want. And third, iteration, the skill that turns a good first draft into an excellent final result. Most people treat AI tools like a search engine. Type a vague question, hope for the best. But these tools aren't search engines. They're collaborators. Like any collaborator, they perform better when you give them a clear brief. The framework I use has 3 components: persona, context, goal. Let me walk you through each one. When you assign a persona, you're telling the AI what perspective to adopt. This shapes everything: the tone, the vocabulary, the depth, the framing. Quick example: say you want to understand blockchain. You are a computer science professor explaining blockchain. Technically precise, proper terminology. You are a financial advisor explaining to a client who has never invested in crypto. Explain blockchain. Practical, jargon-free, focus on what matters for decisions. You are a skeptical journalist investigating blockchain hype. Explain blockchain. Critical, highlights limitations and controversies. Same question, 3 very different and useful responses. The persona acts as a lens. The persona's really shine is in shaping tone, style, and perspective. Use them when you need a specific voice, not as a shortcut for asking clear questions. Context is the background information the AI needs to give you a relevant response. Unlike a human colleague, AI can't read the room. It works with what you give it. Let me show you the difference. Weak prompt. Write a marketing email. You get a template you'd never sell. Context-rich prompt. Write a marketing email for our B2B software company. We sell project management tools to mid-sized construction firms. The email should announce our new mobile app feature that lets site managers approve timesheets from their fellows. Our tone is professional but friendly. We avoid corporate jargon. The audience is operations managers frustrated with paperwork delays. Night and day. The AI now understands your business, your audience, your product, and your voice. What kinds of context should you include? 4 takes. Who is the audience? Their expertise, their concerns, their relationship to you. What's the situation? The business context, the problem, the constraints. What's your style? Formal or casual? Technical or accessible? Brief or comprehensive? What have you already tried? If you're iterating, tell the AI what didn't work and why. You can also attach documents, reports, data, previous drafts. Just be thoughtful about what you upload, especially with confidential information. The goal is what you actually want the AI to produce. Sounds obvious, but vague goals produce vague outputs. Weak goal: help me with my presentation. Strong goal: create an outline for a 15-minute presentation with 5 main sections. Each section should have a key message and 2 to 3 supporting points. Build to a clear call to action. The strong goal specifies the format, the scope, the structure, and the outcome. When defining your goal, think about what format do you want, how long it should be, what structure should it follow, and what should someone be able to do with the output. Let me show you how persona, context, and goal work together. Persona: you are a pricing strategist with experience in subscription-based businesses. Context: I run a mid-sized online learning platform. We currently offer a single plan at €29 per month. Usage data shows that 40% of our users only access 2 or 3 courses, with 15% are power users, consuming 10 or more courses monthly. A competitor just introduced a free tier, and our trial to paid conversation has dropped from 18 to 11% over the last quarter. Goal: propose 3 distinct pricing models we could test, each with a different strategic logic. For each model, explain the target segment, expected impact on conversation and retention, and one major risk to watch for. Now compare that to just typing, "How should I price my product?" The structured prompt gives you a strategic analysis tailored to your exact situation. The vague one gives you a textbook summary. That's PCG, persona, context, goal. If you only take one thing from this video, make it this framework. PCG is your foundation. Now let's add a technique that takes your results from good to excellent, using examples. The technical term is fusion prompting, but the idea is that simple. Instead of just describing what you want, you show the AI what you want. Humans learn this way too. If I ask you to write a haiku, you might hesitate. But if I show you 3 haikus first, you immediately get the pattern. AI works the same way. Let's say you manage a restaurant and you want to turn long customer reviews into a short social media testimonial. You could prompt, "Summarize this customer review for Instagram." You'd get something fine. But watch this. Turn customer reviews into short social media quotes in the following style. Example 1. Review. We came for my wife's birthday and everything was perfect. The tasting menu was creative and the staff remembered her name. Description. They remembered her name. They nailed the testing menu. Birthday dinner. Sorted. Example 2. Review. I'm a regular and the quality never drops. The pasta is handmade and the wine list keeps getting better. Description. Handmade pasta. A wine list that keeps evolving. This is why I keep coming back. Now write one for, took my team here after big project launch. The private dining room was exactly what we needed and the chef came out to chat. The examples establish a voice, punchy and benefit focused. They show the structure, short sentences, specific details, ends with the product feature. The AI now has a clear model to follow. This works for anything where consistency matters. Brand voice, data formatting, analysis templates, matching existing materials. I will now give you 4 tips. Quality over quantity. 2 excellent examples beat 5 mediocre ones. Include variation. 2 or 3 examples with subtle differences help the AI understand what's essential versus incidental. Show what you don't want. A counterexample can be just as instructive as a positive one. Use your own past work. Best way to maintain consistency with your established style. Now here's a truth that surprises many new AI users. The first response is rarely the final answer. The real power comes from the back and forth. Think of your first prompt as a startup conversation, not a transaction. You're working with a collaborator that can revise, adjust, expand, or completely rethink based on your feedback. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't have ego about its first draft. But here's the key. Your feedback needs to be specific. This is where most people go wrong. Specific feedback. The opening is too slow. Start with the key finding. Cut the length by half. Use concrete numbers instead of generalities. See the difference? Specific feedbacks gives AI clear direction. Let me walk you through a real example. You're writing a recommendation memo for your leadership team on which CRM vendor to go with. Your initial prompt uses PCG. Persona is a technology consultant specializing in SaaS procurement. Context is your company size, current tools, budget, and the 3 vendors you're evaluating. Goal is a 2-page recommendation memo with a clear verdict. The first draft is reasonable, but it reads like a feature comparison matrix. It doesn't address migration risk and the recommendation is wishy-washy, so you iterate. Good start. Lead with your recommendation and the top 3 reasons. Add the section on migration risk and estimated switching cost. Drop the feature-by-feature comparison. Focus on which vendor fits our specific workflow. Now it's sharper. Clear recommendation, practical reasoning. But the cost section uses US pricing and you're in Europe. Next round, use Euro pricing. Add a row for GDPR compliance status and tighten the conclusion. 1 paragraph, not several. 3 rounds, and you have something you'd actually put in front of your leadership team. That's the power of iteration. So here's the workflow. Start every prompt with PCG, persona, context, goal. That alone puts you ahead of most people. When consistency matters, show the AI what you want with examples. And always iterate. Your first prompt is a starting point, not the final answer. Specific feedback, not vague feedback. And one more thing. Even with great prompts, AI sometimes produces outputs that sound confident but are flat out wrong. That's the black box problem I talked about in What is AI video. Always validate the output, especially for anything high stakes. Don't send a board memo or make that trading decision based on a quick prompt without reading through it first. If you're new to AI tools, start with my What is AI video. It covers the fundamentals and gives you the bigger picture. And if you want to see prompt engineering in action for a real project, check out my Claude Code video where I built an entire website from scratch using exactly this kind of structured approach. Now go practice. Open your AI tool of choice. Pick a real task and try PCG. See the difference for yourself. If this was helpful, like and subscribe. And if you have your own prompting tips, drop them in the comments. I read all of them. See you in the next one.